Welcome to Style with Carol, and today we are going to be talking about 10 mistakes that most people make when it comes to interior decorating design or interior design. So if you're new to my channel, I do a lot of home decoration videos. I'm a self-proclaimed home enthusiast, whatever that means, but that's the new lingo word these days, home enthusiast. So for this video is a little different from my previous videos because this I actually go step by step kind of talking about the 10 tips, whereas the other videos it's less of me and it's more focused on the home decoration aspects. So I encourage you all to take a look at the other videos that I have out in my channel. But without further ado, let's get started. So number one, and if my mom is watching, she's gonna hate me for saying this and calling her out, because number one is an overdose of photo frames everywhere, like family photos everywhere. And I've noticed that this is a thing with the baby boomer generation. Don't hate me, don't quote me, but most baby boomer homes that I've go to, I see that they just put a bunch of different pictures. And pictures are great, you know, you want to keep those memories restored, but there's a way to do it. And I feel like having just one wall kind of focused to like a picture gallery of all the different milestones and things like that work well. But you also have to be mindful of the frames. I also encourage people to always use photo frames rather than like a picture on the wall, just because then it gives you more flexibility to change and maneuver those photos around, versus when you have it on the wall, you don't necessarily want to take it out and put a new picture, replace it, and you know, all that. So number one mistake people make is basically having way too many photo frames, different types that don't go well together, and pictures of their family and loved one, which is great to have, but there's a way to do it, and I'll make sure I'll insert photos to show you kind of a way to do it versus a do not way to do it. So number two is over cluttered. We see this a lot with just having too many items, and again, I hate pointing out to the baby boomer generation, but you guys are the usual ones to kind of over clutter the space. And going on to 2021, we see that it's more of a minimalistic lifestyle where less is better, and you don't want to necessarily have those pieces out and about all the time. I understand, you know, some pieces are sentimental, but you don't have to have a whole collection of everything that you have and hoard it and just put it out there. So that's number two, having an over cluttered space and not being mindful of the space that you're working with. So number three is sort of like the different themes. And I've made this mistake, but I think there's a way to do different themes in your house when you want to incorporate different styles. And when I show you all my house tour, you'll see that in the living room and in the dining room, it's all kind of nautical themed decoration. And then as you transition to the living room / kitchen, which is kind of like an open space area there, that's where it's more of a Tuscan, yellow, flowery vibe. And that's just kind of how I've transitioned it. I've used different themes, but I tried to make it within like where it's appropriate. So a space that is kind of an open space, I recommend you using that same type of theme throughout, because your eyes, when you're in a room, your eyes are looking around and you want to see like-minded items that really enhance the overall interior design and decoration of your home. So number four, I am guilty of this, and you may be too, but having all these cable wires out there. And I just recently invested in a cable wire box type situation from Amazon, but I realized that I am also guilty of this, where I have just like all my cables hanging around, and it's just the little details that fine tune your home. So if you can mitigate all the wires and everything. I know right now we have so many different types of electronics, gadgets, but be mindful of the wires and try to put it in a way where it's not as noticeable, and taking away from your overall design and the home cozy feeling of your house. Number 5 is shopping around and not budgeting properly. And I tell you, I shop around, and sometimes there are times when you want to spend the money, and there's times where you want to actually look around and see if you get better deals, or even sometimes going to a thrift shop and making something that's old brand new has a lot of value, and when you do that as well. So just be mindful of actually, shopping around and not always being settled with that one item that you must have to have, even though I'm with you, I'm guilty of that. The other day I was with my sister in Z Gallery, and I ended up purchasing this beautiful artwork, and my sister's like, you don't have any gold in your house. And so I had to reevaluate my space, and I'm like, okay, I have one room that's a little bit more glitzy and glammy, and that's my master bedroom that you see here. It has a bunch of gold. Make sure you check out my master bedroom makeover. That was fun to do for you all. And that has a whole kind of tour of my master bedroom and some design tips when you're when you're designing your master space and you want it to feel like your own oasis and paradise. But yeah, you want to shop around, make sure you get the best value, and then also shop around knowing what you have and making sure that the items that you pick up complement your pieces at your home so they all fit well together. Number 6 is something easy to do, and it's basically so affordable. It's just leveling your artwork or any sort of paintings, frames that you want to post. Those, you want to make sure you level it. And I know it's hard because I've made my husband re-level and redo artwork and painting around the home. It's not fun, but once you have it leveled, it's there for a while, right? Until you change the next artwork. So you want to make sure that you are leveling it, and also putting, for example, the piece of artwork that's behind me, you want to make sure it's in the right place. You don't want to put it too high, and you don't want to put it too low. You want to be mindful of, okay, this is the space, this is the wall that I'm working with, and the furniture that I'm working with. So for example, I know that the furniture that I'm working with is kind of low, but I'm adding in accent pillows and pillows that are higher, so I want to make sure that whatever artwork that I have behind my bed doesn't get hidden through all the pillows and fluff that's on the bed. So be mindful of that. Now, going on to my next tip is choosing bright furniture, and we see this all the time. Trends come and trends go. There was a period of trend where it was all about that bright piece of furniture, that pink couch, red couch, and that's great, but those types of bright color furniture is very hard to work with throughout the seasons. And if you are, into interior decorating design, you like to be mindful of the season, the trend, things like that incorporated in your home, and you always want to refresh your home. And that's very hard to do when you have bright furniture that you can't really change around. So I always recommend people to go with neutral furniture. And I know for those that have kids, they really they eke at having neutral furniture. But I mean, there's so many ways to kind of make sure that your furniture stays clean, from good cleaning products to making sure you have a over-the-counter kind of rug or layover or couch cover that you can have or buy. Sometimes even a simple plain blanket works. I know my sister does that all the time when her son is drinking milk, she just spreads a blanket and makes sure he stays in that designated area and drink his milk and finish it. So you can do simple things like that and still have like neutral tone furniture without worrying about it being stained over time, because the great thing about neutral furniture is you can pop it with colors with accent pieces, and those you can easily change. Whereas furniture, when you buy furniture, at least for me, it's more like a lifetime commitment. I want to make sure I have it at least 10 plus years or more if it can, you know, stay that way. I usually like to keep my furniture the same, but spending money, splurging elsewhere to change up the room in terms of different home decorations, tabletops, accent pieces, pillows, you name it. Just change it around, and sometimes I'll keep the same items, but I'll maneuver it around the house where it seems appropriate. The next change is, or the next mistake people make is being, also the flip side of it is being afraid of colors. And you know, just because you have neutral furniture doesn't mean that you should be afraid of trying to pop it in with colors of yellow or, you know, green, something different. Don't be afraid to also play around with it. So don't shoot the messenger, but I heard in terms of 2021 trends and maybe even going to 2022, accent pieces or accent walls are kind of going away now. So yeah, it's sad because I was trying to have accent walls, and they say shiplap is also going away, which is sad because I really wanted to add that in my bathroom, and now I feel like, should I not? But then again, trends go and come again. So, you know, it's really up to you and your preference and style. The next tip is not having like a personal touch to your home. So, you know, a lot of times when I was reevaluating my space, I'm like, I need some more frames. And, you know, I love that the house looks like a model home, but I do need to add some picture frames in the house, as well as like personalized like, you know, I guess it would be accent pieces, but personalized pieces that say like Carol's Kitchen, or the recent one I made for my sister was Sylvie's Kitchen. We made that from our Etsy stuff that we had going on. I do, some of you current subscribers know that I have my own Etsy shop, and I love doing home decoration, tier tray, table type decoration. So I encourage you to go to the link below and check it out for yourself to see if you like anything, or just get some inspiration of things to add in your home. So I really encourage you to add things like that. It doesn't have to be a wooden block piece that, you know, has like your name on it, or something that's welcoming. Another way to add customized pieces is to have pillows and things like that with like your last name in it, embroidered, or blankets thrown around. Those are great ideas. So I definitely encourage you to try all those and see what works best. I think in terms of customization, the best place to find great items is Etsy, just because it's you know, it's a place where it's in a platform where people are making home crafted items and much more personalized items versus the other websites out there. Not saying that they don't, but it definitely makes a difference when you have customized items. Add a focal point. I think every room has a purpose, and when you add a focus point, it gives you the ability to use that room for the purpose that it's made. So for example, a TV room, or like your living room, usually the main focal point area is your TV. So you want to add like maybe some nice pieces around that. So the TV isn't the statement, but the decoration around it is the statement. And same goes if you have a fireplace and you really love that fireplace. Focus around that fireplace and then integrate your furniture within that, so you're actually using that fireplace. So I really hope all these tips and tricks 10 design mistakes that everyone almost makes, including myself, helps you in some way, and I encourage you to be a part of my YouTube channel and consider subscribing. And don't forget to like and comment down below. I would love to know what your style is and some of the mistakes that you've made that after watching this video are like, dang it, I made that mistake too, because I am with you there. I am with you. So we're on this train together. So thank you so much for watching, and God bless. Mwah.